I'm Fat Killer. What a wild week it has been. From the arrest of Dunon to Justin Song's lawsuit, it seems like everyone in the crypto world has been keeping busy. However, today we will focus on something positive, Arbitrum. The long-awaited ARB token has finally arrived, and with it comes the potential for Arbitrum to become the undisputed Layer 2 king. This is a big deal, as the dynamic between Ethereum's two most popular Layer 2 rollup solutions is fundamentally shifting. Last week's ARB announcement provided clarity on how the Arbitrum team intends to scale the Arbitrum network, and thus the future of Ethereum. The Arbitrum Orbit will allow for the permissionless creation of Layer 3 chains while requiring DAO approval for the usage of Arbitrum IP to create Layer 2s. This is a sharp contrast to the Stark superchain vision, which open sources Optimism's code for the permissionless creation of Layer 2s with shared sequencer seeds. And Arbitrum and Optimism are not only Ethereum heavyweights, but some of crypto's largest chains by TVL. Arbitrum's TVL has increased by 25% of the past 7 days in anticipation of the ARB job. We've also seen massive increases in the number of daily users on Arbitrum, hitting an all-time high of 170,000 active addresses on March 17th, while Optimism has fallen far off its all-time high of 800,000 transactions in January. Arbitrum's transactions have been consistently around the 1 million mark since last February, even flipping Ethereum Layer 1 multiple times. Well, Arbitrum will be dropping 12% of the total ARB supply to early users and 137 DAOs with an Arbitrum presence. Depending on who you ask, we can see ARB trade anywhere from 0.3 to an eye-popping $20. Yes, $20. However, more reasonable valuations see the token trading in and around the $1 to $2 range, which is where the price has seemed to settle after early violet trading. Arbitrum has finally unlocked the ability to provide similar incentives to its protocols, and the yield farms outside the GMX have continued to provide bountiful harvests with ARB incentives on top of these yields. Additional capital and liquidity are likely to funnel into the Arbitrum ecosystem. This is just the beginning of what Arbitrum has to offer. As we head into Layer 2 summer, it will be exciting to see how ARB and Arbitrum continue to shake up the current paradigm and provide new opportunities for growth and development. It's time to talk about the problems and concerns of Arbitrum. Listen up. First and foremost, I want to remind everyone that a good project doesn't necessarily mean a good price. When we invest in a project, we need to look at not only the quality of the project itself, but also the price of the token. Just look at the cautionary tale of CRV. The biggest problem with Arbitrum, I think, is token empowerment. Most tokens in current blockchain projects, I have to say, must have specific uses. For example, ETH and Matic not only used as assets for system nodes to participate in trading and block validation, but also as fuel consumed by users when using the system. In these systems, tokens are fully empowered, and their value can be reflected in the market. They are the epitome of the token economics in the crypto ecosystem. However, this is still being explored for Layer 2 extension systems. Let's take a look at Optimism. The OP tokens it issues are only government's tokens, as attentive readers may have noticed. When we initiate transactions on the Optimism network, we still use ETH as the transaction fee, not OP. Here's a technical detail to share with you. No matter how the Layer 2 extension system is implemented, it automatically has to submit transactions to Ethereum, and the fuel consumed in this state must be ETH. So users submitting transactions in the Layer 2 extension must pay ETH. Theoretically, the best token economics for Optimism is to use OP, ETH, and Matic both as node staking and transaction consumption. So why isn't Optimism doing this? I guess there are two reasons. First, there are technical and experiential issues. If Optimism used OP as transaction funnel, there would be two ways to achieve this effect. One is for users to pay both ETH and OP when submitting transactions. However, if we do this, what would be the first impression for users, especially those who are novices? I bet 8 out of 10 users would think, why is it so complicated? Why do I have to pay both ETH and OP? Is this transaction fee higher than Ethereum's? This is definitely not what Optimism wants to see. Alternatively, we could only pay with OP. If we did that, the team would have to figure out a way to pay ETH to Ethereum in the technical implementation. They would either have to pre-store ETH in Optimism for payment or design a mechanism to convert a portion of OP paid by users into ETH for payment. However, it is either too complicated in operation or too difficult to achieve good user experience in technical implementation under the current technology conditions. So for now, let's stick with users paying ETH. The second reason I think is related to US regulation. Regardless of whether the US regulatory authorities will define these tokens as securities, it is not wise to go against the SEC in the current stage. So the easiest and safest way for the Optimism team is to design OP as a government's token without giving it any practical use. I believe the logic also applies to ARB and to future tokens likely to be issued by Squirrel, Licky Cynic, Stockwell, ADO, and Funeral, etc. So thank you for your watching. Please follow my channel and my Twitter.